right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks for sticking around for the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh along with Chris Mueller over at the 93.7 The Fan Cam. And yes, we have a lot to talk about, specifically what happened at PNC Park tonight. We thought the Pirates were dead in the water. No, they mount a comeback. Tyler Callahan, who is this guy? Did you have on your bingo card that he would hit his first home run against Shohei Ohtani? I don't think anyone did. You'd probably win $1 million if you would have bet on that. Well, that happened tonight. He also hit 2, and the Pirates somehow came from behind. And the season isn't over, Chris.
What's more unlikely? Some random guy named Tyler Callahan hits a bomb off of Ohtani and then hits another one later in the game to put him ahead, or that Henry Davis once homered twice in a game off of Shohei Ohtani. I'll let you be the judge of that. But
yeah, that's a good question.
Some of their more memorable, like random player big home run days have happened for teams that were going nowhere. Who could forget probably one of the most legendary days in PNC Park history? Rob Makoviak, way back when, the grand slam, the tying home run, the winning home run, all that stuff in that doubleheader when his son was born. You think of I'll throw some names at you. Rod Barajas, a walk-off for a pretty overall kind of stinky Pirates team. Michael McHenry's legendary big home run off of Carlos Marmol. And then you also had Drew Sutton, dudes like that. This is the first time you've got a complete no-name guy like this in recent memory hitting a crucial home run, or a pair of them actually, in a game that mattered for a team that is still trying to fight and prove that they matter. And man, I know it would only be 2-4, Rich, but if they can somehow get the win tomorrow and take the series from the Dodgers, I'm not going to say it eases fully the sting of how the first 4 games of this little set against the Braves in LA went, but it would go a long way towards making Pirates fans, I think, feel a little more reassured.
Well, honestly, I think the death knell was Pony's prediction earlier on Twitter, saying they will not lose this. Hope no one listened to him, because he guaranteed a Shohei Ohtani win and a big Dodgers win, and also a sweep by the Dodgers, which you can't blame him, right? I had to walk back in the 6th inning, and it seemed like everyone was leaving the park the same time as I did.
Wait, Rich, you walked back from the park in this humidity, and your hair stayed that neatly coiffed?
It did. My hair, it's rain-proof, humidity-proof, hurricane-proof. I wasn't worried about the hair. It's a nice little walk, but it was humid, no question about it. I had a nice golf shirt on from when we were playing earlier today.
Oh, well, I thought you were going to lead with that being the main story. There's a lot to get into at what happened at South Hills Country Club. Chris Mueller driving multiple greens, hitting good iron shots, and putting so horribly it's all he can think about, but that's neither here nor there. No, I think, Rich, it's interesting. You said there were people leaving that game in the 6th inning, or it seemed like people were headed for the exits. Man, so much of these 6 games has been just what it says about the Pirates, because those 2 teams are awesome. They're probably the 2 best teams in baseball, if I had to say it right now. And other teams that are right now kind of in the Pirates' same record range, but maybe have a better overall history, they don't need to have these prove-it series every time. But the Pirates are so infrequently good that when it feels like they might have something going, I feel like these games carry added weight both for them and their fans. And so I think the fans leaving that you saw is indicative of people that were starting to lose hope. And again, I will just say, if you come out of this 6-game set here at 36-33 with a win tomorrow, and you've only lost 2 games in that whole stretch, that feels like a weird moral victory for the Pirates, if they can do it.
There's no question it does, especially what's going on with this team right now. It's a ragtag lineup. O'Neal Cruz is on the IL. Connor Griffin's on the IL, but it's encouraging. He's starting to throw, so hopefully he gets off here pretty soon. Other guys, Henry Davis paternity leave, but that might be good for the team because Enny Rodriguez has a chance to play. The bullpen has been a disaster lately, but they somehow come back. They have to score 9 runs to do it, but they did it.
Yeah, there was in the 9th inning, Ohtani gets up there and crushes that home run. It felt like the old, in a slasher movie, you've got to make sure the killer is dead kind of thing. Popped back up there and scared the living daylights out of you. But The bottom line is the script for this game was really the script that's been their winning one all year, and that's no matter how kind of ragtag and really substandard the pitching is, the offense somehow finds a way to deliver. I mean, 9 runs against a guy coming in overall in a game where Ohtani pitched, where that guy comes in with a sub-1 ERA. I know they didn't really get to him at all, obviously. But the fact that they don't just give up late in games when they're down, I think is a positive testament to what they are trying to build. And also, I'll say this really quick. There's a lot of thoughts going through my head about this team. Lau and O'Hearn just being part of it, 2 guys who've been through some battles in a rough and tumble division when they were in the AL East. I do think that gives this team a little bit of ballast here in some of these turbulent waters. They're kind of the the buoys? It kind of gives them some buoyancy, I should say, in turbulent waters, guys who've been there and done that before.
You know, I mean, can you really win with this lineup? Yeah, I'm encouraged by the win. It's a great win. It felt good. I loved watching the comeback. There's no doubt about it, especially with the game that Ohtani pitched. It kind of makes up for what happened to Paul Skeens yesterday. But, I mean, seriously, when you're trotting out Wenzel and Tyler Callahan, you can't.
Well, you might be able to win with Tyler Callahan.
Maybe, but not consistently. You need Connor Griffin in there. You need O'Neal Cruz in there. You need that lineup that lineup that would get you to the postseason. Not this lineup.
Well, obviously not. But I mean, that's not what I think we're really asking here. It shouldn't be. It's like the question is, can you tread water with this lineup long enough for Griffin to come back, for Cruz to come back? I think the fact that they made Cruz's IL stint retroactive to June 8th means they are hopeful that he will be back sooner rather than later. That's what that tells me. Rich, he's also been battling some lower body stuff too that they're not reporting on as much, or that really is out there, but it's not out there. Yeah. I think they might just want to give Cruz some time to try to just basically heal up. I mean, he's been kind of a warhorse for them this year, playing through pain and playing largely very well. They're not a dynamic lineup. They can still be a decent to good lineup on certain nights when they have Reynolds, when they have Lau, when they have Horwitz, when they have O'Hearn. But they're not a dynamic. Even Gonzalez, I'll throw in there. He deserves it. He's hitting over 300. But they're not a dynamic lineup unless they have the 2 big speed guys, one of whom also is a big power guy in there. So that's what you're really saying. But the goal here is, can you just kind of tread water till those guys get back? That's what you're asking. That's what a lot of teams who are kind of on that bubble are asking right now.
And maybe you can. Maybe you can. I mean, the guys that you mentioned maybe can get them through. Maybe not against a team like the Dodgers consistently. Luckily, they don't play them. But maybe you win a series. Maybe you sneak a game tomorrow and then win a series against the Marlins, and then you got to feel encouraged again. All right, we got to take a break. Back in a couple minutes with your phone calls and your tweets. 412-575-2600 is the number. All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. This is our Xfinity tweet of the night from Ben Verlander. Tyler Callahan, first home run off Shohei Ohtani, and he hits it out of the stadium into the Allegheny River. An absolutely remarkable moment for the kid. I mean, his first major league home run, then he followed it up with another one and helped the Pirates really win this game. I guess you trot him out there. I mean, you're going to have to because especially with O'Neal Cruz here, out maybe for the next, week or 2?
I'm hoping it's like 10 days. I'm hoping that retroactive thing was because they think it's going to be a shorter stint. Hey, listen, Tyler Callahan shows up, has bat, will swing. I'll take a guy who at least is going to go up there and take his hacks. I mean, my God, he's already a better and more impactful offensive player than Jared Triolo, who, again, nice guy, good glove man, really good glove man. Every time I see him attempt to hit a baseball, it frustrates me and makes me irrationally angry. Rich, by the way, burying the lead here. Who is the more, accomplished, lesser-known brother of a famous person, Ben Verlander or Frank Stallone?
I think probably Frank Stallone, right? He made some appearances in some movie, and maybe Sylvester Stallone was a bigger deal. That's a good question. So, all right, let's get out to the phone lines. We got Sean out in Mount Oliver. How you doing, Sean?
Hey, thank you for taking my call. I want to start with what a great come-from-behind win tonight. Plus a shout-out to Chuck from Uniontown.
Yeah.
So my question is, Brandon Lau, what would it take, realistically, plus what does he want, 2 to 4 years, what What's a fair offer to give him? Because you have to keep him in this city.
There's no doubt about it. Actually, I was just talking about that yesterday. I think you have to find a way to extend him, sign him, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it would take. I mean, his numbers aren't terrific, but I think he's a good clubhouse guy. He's a good team guy. Well, no, I'm just saying, if you look at his average is like 249. That's
what's
his
OPS? What's his home run total? Rich, his numbers are terrific. That's why he's got 15 jacks. He's going to smash their. Oh, come on.
Okay,
it's not the 1980s.
All
come
right.
on. I'm giving you a hard time. But
you look more. I get it. Where I'm looking at the average. Okay, maybe I should have said his average isn't great, but you didn't let me finish. He's a clubhouse guy. He's a team guy. He's a clutch guy, and he comes up with big hits and big moments. And there's a reason that the Pirates lineup is doing what it's doing right now. It's because of a guy like Brandon Lau and Ryan O'Hearn.
I mean, Brandon Lau's all those things. He's also just an offensive force. I mean, that's why I would want to keep him. His glove is good enough, but he mashes baseballs from a position where guys typically do not. I mean, you can kind of rattle off the handful of quasi-second basemen who have been big power hitters, guys like, Alfonso Soriano. The late Joe Morgan in his day was obviously just a big-time offensive player, but Lau is a major offensive threat. And to answer the caller's question, I mean, I think if you're the Pirates, you have to be willing to play ball, so to speak, to the tune of, 3 years, $75 million. What he does offensively, and by the way, there's a track record here, so you don't just have to say this is a flash-in-the-pan guy. Yeah. What he does offensively from that position on the field is worth a lot of money in baseball. And I know people, their minds kind of can't wrap their heads around $25 million a year for Brandon Lau. That's going rate for what he does for bigger market teams. So that's what I'd offer.
What's Ian Happ make?
Now you're putting me on the spot.
I mean, it would be something
I do not
similar,
know, but
right? You would think 3 years, $60 million. So you're in the same ballpark, right? His age might be.
Lau's age is curious, just because he's not a big dude. So you can't say, well, as he goes into his 30s, he'll just maintain that power stroke, and he's just such a big guy. I mean, he's like 5'9", 185, 190. The fact that he's able to generate that kind of power with that kind of relative, diminutive size, I just say that factually, is sort of unusual. And so I think there might be concerns about how that power and how his abilities age, but I'm with the caller. If you're the Pirates, who are you going to put there that's going to be better? Who is your backup plan there? Nick Gonzalez plays second base, and it's Griffin at shortstop full-time, and what? Jared Triolo goes back to third. I mean, you're giving up a power position there if you're putting Triolo in an everyday lineup. You can't do it.
I'd rather have Nick Gonzalez at third. I mean, that's what I want.
Yeah, and Lau. So you've got to play ball a little bit here. Hey, you did this deal for Connor Griffin. Pay $25 million a year for a guy that you already know what he can do, and you kind of can put an expectation on him, and he is all those things you said. He's a leader. He's a good player from good teams in his past. That's valuable in and of itself.
Matt and Butler, how you doing, Matt?
Hey, guys. Hey, add to the injury list, ESPN is reporting that Andy Rodriguez is out for tomorrow's game. He'll be day-to-day, and Flores is going to be the catcher.
Well, they called Flores up here, so, I didn't see that.
And he had a hip tonight, Rich. Yeah, it looked like he had a hip, I think, they were looking at.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, if he's day-to-day, I'm not too concerned. I mean, I'd rather see Andy Rodriguez get more playing time. And look, I've been outspoken about it, so have you. I want to see Henry Davis on the bench or somewhere else right now. But it's Paul Skeens' guy.
It's crazy. When they're fully healthy and Endy's the catcher, you can actually run down a lineup. So, if you're just going to quickly go around the diamond here, just again, put this in perspective. I know it's a rough stretch for them right now, 1-4 in their last 5. Endy at catcher. You can put Horwitz at first. You can put Lau at second. You can put a healthy Griffin at short. Gonzalez at third. Reynolds in left. Cruz in center. O'Hearn in right?
Yeah.
And then you're DHing Ozuna, I guess. Where's your weak spot? It's Ozuna. That's it.
But
there's not really a weak hitter there.
How about O'Hearn being the DH, Reynolds in right, and Mangum in left?
I like Jake Mangum. I don't like him enough that I say you've got to have him slap hitting and doing all those weird little Jake Mangum things 4 out of every 5 games. He's a nice fourth outfielder, but I wouldn't want to start I think when you have nice fourth outfielders, you try to keep them that way and not overexpose them.
All right, totally fair. Let's go out to Bob and Baldwin. How you doing, Bob?
Hey, yes, I just want to concur with the previous caller, Sean, about the Brandon Lau. You got to keep him. And in addition, I agree with you guys about Indy catching. I think they both need to happen.
Yeah, I mean, Pony and I talked about this yesterday about, this is a big year for Ben Cherington. I still think it is. He needs to do some things to kind of win people over and make sure that they are in the running for the postseason this year, because I still kind of think he's on the hot seat.
Well, we know that there occasionally are secret contract extensions that get given out to Pirates front office types, Rich, so who knows if he actually doesn't feel any real hot seat because he's already been given a private assurance that they're pretty happy with him. But, I mean, that's always a consideration. We have to acknowledge that as a possibility because it's happened before. But the thing he could do to win me over is show some urgency in getting a bullpen arm. They can say it's tough, no one wants to trade yet. Okay, just keep picking up the phone and making calls. As for the rest of it, though, a lot of these injuries are going to test the depth. Like, how much of a system have you built? You traded for Flores. He was supposed to be the centerpiece. If he needs to come up and play and he mashes a little bit, people will feel better about that. But so far, Flores in the minor leagues, not that impressive, which does not bode well necessarily for how it's going to go if they need to use him up here.
Real quick, does a work stoppage maybe prevent them from doing something with Lau or anyone else at this point?
It might. That's so hard to predict. Rich, I can address that in principle. Yeah, it could affect their plans. There's so much money being made by the sport right now. I know it's not as evenly divided up in terms of payroll as people would want. Yeah. I just cannot imagine they actually miss games with all this loot coming in. That would be kind of like baseball, suicide, right? You're killing your popularity and nuking it with people because you can't figure out how to divvy up billions. That seems like bad business.
All right, let's take a break. Back in a couple minutes. All right, not only a big night for the Pirates, but a big night for Chris Mueller and his Wildwood shirt. Your last show for a while, a couple weeks, heading on paternity leave. So good luck. Wish you the best. What are the odds, girl or boy?
My wife just posted an Instagram story asking people to guess, and it was like 75 to 25 girl, because there are no grandchildren, no granddaughters for my parents, 7 grandsons. I've said girl all along. I'm waffling, and now I think it's going to be a boy because that would be even funnier. So who knows? Fade the public, Rich. I guess you got to pick boy. You got to fade the public money here.
That's the odds. Thanks a lot, Chris. Have a great couple weeks, and we'll see you back here soon.